Hello guys and welcome to a new stage of the CoffeeScript Foundations course of Rails Karate. As always, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I'm Bastian Balandia. We are also on Twitter as @Rails Karate. We're also on Facebook. Always keep an eye on railskarate.com where you will find the transcript of this video. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. So let's start. This stage we're going to talk about loops, objects and arrays. This first lesson will talk about loops and something called ranges in CoffeeScript. We'll only see some kind of loops, not all the loops, because some of them need to have some knowledge of arrays and objects, so we're just going to touch some kind of loops in CoffeeScript. So let's start talking about ranges. So ranges is a feature heavily inspired in Ruby. A range is just a container or an array. We're going to talk about arrays in the next episode, of numbers in an interval. So for example, I created a new file. Well, this was file we had before. It's called functions_example.coffee. You can call it whatever you want. Make sure you have the command that compiles from CoffeeScript to JavaScript running, and make sure that your index.html is using these functions example.js file. So open it, the coffee version, and let's create a new range. So I'm going to create a range, save it into a variable. I'm going to say 1 to 10. Then let's make a console log numbers. So take a look how we create ranges in Ruby. We create ranges in CoffeeScript. Let me show you. Let's preview this. Then let's open in a browser. As you can see here, we have an array with the numbers from 1 to 10. So for example, we just need to type some brackets, then type the bottom number and then the top number of the interval. Okay, so in this way we create a range, and we can create any kind of range. For example, let's say from 5 to 40. Let's save it. Now you should be wondering, why do we need these kind of loops, or what for do we use it? So we can use this for the for in loop. So there's a loop called for in, so we can use ranges for iterate through a certain interval and perform some action. So let's create, for example, or let's print the numbers from 1 to 10 using a for in loop. For numbers, let's say in 1 to 10, and within the for, take a look that the editor already creates a tab space for us. So console.log number. So this line is within the for in loop, and we're going to print the numbers. So let's reload here, and as you can see, we print the numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, we can also add certain conditions in the for in loop. For example, let's say that we want to print numbers from 1 to 10. We want to iterate through this range, but only print or do things with the numbers when number greater than or equal to 5. So I'm going to save. I'm going to reload here, and as you can see, we have a condition. So we get from 5 to 10 numbers. Basically, this variable number is going to take a value here in this range each time, each iteration. So that's why we use number here. We can also, for example, print the numbers from 1 to 100 in steps of 10. So let's say by 10. So let's see. I'm going to reload this, and as you can see, we get, oh, well, actually, if we change it to 0 here, will be much nicer. So I'm going to reload. Okay, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 15, and as you can see, we get numbers from 0 to 100 in steps of 10. Another very special feature of CoffeeScript loops is that all the loops return a variable, an array with the results. So let's say we want to, I'm going to delete this, and we want to get back an array with all the even numbers from 1 to 100. Let's see how it works. So I'm going to create even numbers equals to for number in 100. This is the range when number modulus 2 is 0. So if the number divided by 2 it's garbage, is 0, the rest it's 0, so we get back the number. Okay, so now let's see what happens if we do console.log even numbers. Okay, let's reload here, and as you can see, we got all the even numbers from 2 to 100. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. We could also write this, or if we wanted to write this code in one line, we could do the following. This, we say here number, and we add some parentheses here. The results will be the same. So let's reload, and as you can see, the results are the same. So CoffeeScript is pretty flexible and let us write smooth code. So let's go to another loop. Well, by the way, let's see what's the code that JavaScript generated with this code. Let's see what JavaScript does for us. And as you can see, can you see this? And can you see this? I think you already noticed the difference. So thanks to God that you are learning CoffeeScript first. So let's continue. There is another loop called the break loop, or the loop break. In another programming languages included JavaScript, it is called a do-while loop. It works a similar way like the do-while loops. Let me show you. Let's create a simple program that asks a question to the user, and we ask to the user over and over until the user enters the right answer. So here's the program. So we have a loop keyword here. So we have an answer. Okay, so we have here this variable called answer that has the open sesame string within it. So we ask to the user, and unless we have this loop. So we're going to do this repetitive times unless let me explain again. We're going to ask or show a window with an input to the user, and we are going to break the loop. So we are going to finish this loop unless input is different than answer. So this means that we will only finish the loop until input is equals to answer. So you can notice this break keyword. We can also use that break keyword in another. Okay, you can notice this and this unless keyword. I'm going to explain both. Let me explain you break first. In this example, we have a for in loop with a range from 1 to 100, and when number reaches 43, we're going to finish the loop. So break is used for finish the loop earlier. So let me show you how it works. So as you can see, we have the numbers from 1 to 42. Okay, so when it found 43, it just finished the loop. And we have also the unless keyword, but that keyword is just the contrary of the if statement. So I'm going to leave that as an exercise to you to understand. So let's, for example, let's try to change this from the unless to an if to see what happens. So that will be an exercise for you. And for finish this lesson, we have the while loop. This is the most known loop in the programming languages. So let me show you how it works in CoffeeScript. So basically, while loop will run while a certain condition is met. In this case, we want the we want the while loop to run while the count is less than or equal to 10, and we are also incrementing the count variable in the same condition here. So let me show you. In this case, we are printing the numbers from 1 to 10. So let's see how it works. And as you can see, we have, well, actually it does not print the numbers from 1 to 10. It prints it from 2 to 10 because it is already at 1. Then it enters to the loop and it increments. So now it is 2. So it prints the 2 first, another 1. So if we want to print the numbers from 1 to 10, we can do this. We can initialize these to 0. Let's see what happened. And as you can see, 1 to 10. So you need to know how the increments work too, because we could also increment the variable. We could also delay this and increment the variable just after we print it. So we can say count plus plus, or we can say plus equal 1, and it will work the same way. So you can see but this time from 0 to 10. Okay. You have to remember to increment the counter in this case, because if we do not do that, we will get an infinite loop. As you can see here, this is an infinite loop. It never stops. So that will be an infinite loop. And now let's just make a last try with the while loop. I'm going to delete this. Another great feature is that while loops also return an array with results. So let's say I want to count from 1 to 100 in multiples of 10. So here I have a while loop. I increment the count less than or equal to 10, and we just multiply count by well, actually what I'm doing here is count from 1 to 1000 in steps of 10. Let's see how it works. Oops, I forgot to make a console log. Okay, let's see how it works. And as you can see, I have an array of from 10 to 1000, and we can do a lot of things with this. So that's why I have a coffee challenge for you. If you haven't already, go to the blog post of the video. The link is in the description or in an annotation in the corner of the video. Go down, scroll down, and you will see the coffee challenge. This time the idea is to force the user to guess the number. We will use the random number generator. So take a look at the coffee challenge, and once you solve it, don't forget to drop us a line on Twitter with the coffee challenge hashtag. So see you next lesson. Bye bye.